tale I am about to tell you. It's about a man who had no friend. He saw one man had a all friend, woman above all wealth. They lived opposite to each other, always within a few steps to one another. Each morning, they both ate in the same restaurant, both ordered the same meal, drank the same kind of coffee. A man with no friend would spend most of his time observing others. He constantly had a cigarette in his mouth. One day, the man had all sit next to the man who had no friend. They ordered the same meal on the menu, drank the same kind of coffee. The man had all told his woes to the man who had no friend, said his lives are like an acid. He says his wife is having an affair with his so-called friends. He had to constantly hide his emotion. He said to the man who had no friend he admired him who doesn't have to worry all these issues, and say he had a better life than him. The man had all wanted his wife and his entire friend to be killed, and he would offer a higher price for this raw deal. The man with no friend said to the man who had it all to give him 7 days to think about it. He then said to the man who had it all, during these 7 days, he must use it wisely and live as if it's going to be his very last moment in his entire life. He then gives a card that is coded in black with a letter D imprinted in front. He then said to the man had all, on the 7th night, he must meet him at this same restaurant and he will get his reply. The man had all did exactly he'd been told. On the 7th night, he comes to the restaurant and see the man with no friend seated far corner of the restaurant. He goes up and greeted the man and seated opposite towards him. He asked the man, and the man who had no friend replied to him coldly, he will kill his wife and his entire friend in time, but not just yet. He then told the man who had all that now he must took him to a special place. The man with no friend took him to an apartment. They both walked into an empty room, a room with the number 13 nailed on the door. The man had no friend, took out a gun and said to a man who had everything, "Sorry, mate, your wife and her new spouse got to me first. It's business, nothing personal." With that sentence ended, a bullet was fired, and the man who had all now lay dead on the ground, with his blood slowly oozing out of his head, with his eyes and mouth still open with a sad expression on his face. The man had all managed to squeeze out one last word. The word was death. Once the word popped out into the cold, thin air, he was no longer breathing. With his eyes still staring at the ceiling, the man with no friend put his guns away and pulled up the chair and seated near the corpse of the man who had all, waiting for the sun to rise. The end. As I think about these tales, I'm slowly going up on the elevator. I look into the light. I saw nothing will be ever be the same again.